Imagine a world where children spend less time outside than ever before, where the digital screens in front of them replace forests, streams, and playgrounds. The first 5 years of a child's life are crucial for their development, and every moment spent outdoors isn't just play, it's building strength, creativity, resilience, and a lifelong appreciation for the natural world. Studies show that nature exposure helps children physically and mentally. Sunlight provides vitamin D for strong bones and lowers the risk of chronic diseases, while simply playing in dirt can reduce stress and anxiety. Exploring rivers, forests, or even a small local park allows children to understand ecosystems, wildlife, and the origins of their food. When children learn about where their fruits and vegetables come from or observe local farmers at work, they start connecting with the environment and understanding its value, which cultivates respect and care that lasts a lifetime. Yet, despite these benefits, children today spend far less time outside than previous generations. In some countries, studies suggest they only spend around 4 hours per week in nature, half the time their parents did. This lack of outdoor experience has implications not just for physical health, but also cognitive development and emotional well-being. Introducing children to diverse environments helps them think critically, adapt to new situations, and build empathy for the world around them. But the challenges go far beyond reduced playtime. Environmental risks are a major threat to children worldwide. In 2012 alone, environmental factors were linked to 1.7 million deaths in children under 5, including deaths from respiratory infections, diarrhea, neonatal conditions, malaria, and unintentional injuries. Children are uniquely vulnerable because their bodies are still developing. They breathe faster than adults, absorb more pollutants, and are more susceptible to the effects of contaminated water, hazardous chemicals, and climate-related hazards. Exposure to polluted air, unsafe drinking water, or lead can alter growth, impact lifelong health, and even affect learning and cognitive skills. Climate change compounds these. From the triple planetary crisis of climate change, pollution, and biodiversity loss. Extreme weather events like heat waves, floods, mudslides, and sandstorms are increasing in frequency and intensity. While slow onset changes like drought, desertification, and water scarcity threaten food security and health, children are also vulnerable to energy poverty, especially in regions reliant on fossil fuels, where families struggle to access clean energy for heating and cooking. These compounded environmental pressures often hit marginalized children hardest, particularly those living in poverty, affected by migration, or with disabilities. UNICEF and other organizations have shown that the right interventions can make a huge difference. Child-centered disaster risk reduction programs, early warning systems, and climate-resilient schools not only protect children physically but also empower them with knowledge, skills, and leadership opportunities. Children who participate in these programs learn first aid, emergency preparedness, sustainable practices, and advocacy, transforming them into agents of change for their communities. Education on climate change, environmental health, and sustainable living equips children to respond effectively to challenges from reducing local pollution to promoting renewable energy solutions. Communities can also play a role. Families can create opportunities for outdoor exploration, volunteer for conservation projects, or plant gardens to teach children about food and ecosystems. Governments and policymakers, on the other hand, must recognize the disproportionate impact of climate change and pollution on children, include child-focused measures in climate action plans, and invest in green resilient infrastructure for schools, healthcare facilities, and water systems, shock-responsive social protection, parametric insurance schemes, and financial support. For vulnerable families, help children survive and thrive during climate-related crises. The reality is stark. Children are often the first to suffer and the last to be considered in climate and environmental policies. Yet, they are also our greatest hope for sustainable solutions. By giving children safe spaces to play and explore, access to clean air, water, and nutrition, and the education and tools to understand and act on environmental challenges, we are protecting not just their futures, but ours as well. Every tree climbed, stream explored, and garden nurtured teaches a child resilience, responsibility, and love for the planet. And every policy that considers the child's perspective strengthens society as a whole. The takeaway is clear. The health, growth, and development of children are inseparable from the health of our planet. Protecting children means protecting nature, and protecting nature means giving children a chance to thrive. The question is not just what the world owes children, but what children can teach the world if we give them the tools, the freedom, and the care they deserve.
This information is brought to you by Ramakrishna Surathu, author of the book You Are God, founder, developer, and chief executive officer of the self sustainable city